8-year assault on your Second Amendment freedoms has come to a crashing end. I like taking the guns early. Take the guns first, go through due process second.
Well, I say go fuck yourself. Then ask a question, could I kill a man? I would enjoy myself. You can't disguise evil eyes that burn up my head. This devil man and his master plan. We feel so misled, so I say, rise up, take all back. Rise up, take it all back. Rise up. I hope you all understand. We've got to take it all back again.
These people are not going to take it any longer. We will never give up. We will never concede. Our country has had enough. We will not take it anymore. But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. So go home. We love you. You're very special. But go home and go home in peace. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. You do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
What's up, Tactical Nugs? How you doing? We had a few people in the other room. I don't know why it did that. But let me just check. We had Gerald B in there, and I'd seen it, but I was like, I wonder why it's not coming up on my other thing. And she's like, oh, it's because you're not streaming to YouTube. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I am. And then different YouTube video. Different YouTube, yeah, it made a new video. I don't know why it does that sometimes, but it does. OMG was in the house, too. I hope OMG is still in the house. Gerald B, OMG, and Tactical Nugs. That's about it.
Sent the new links to everybody.
Oh, I do appreciate that. Gerald B said, school shooting, 3 dead so far, 8 others in the hospital, 15-year-old shooter, please. Yeah, I saw something about that, and we'll get to talking about that. I don't... I don't know. The evening catch-up. Boy, I miss doing it. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, for me it says 5. Maybe one of them's on D Live. Who knows? There you go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, welcome all. Welcome all. I don't. We're not really calling this an evening catch up, but it has some of those elements to it. I will be talking about some of the news. What's up, Broken Patriot? How you doing? Uh, just kind of going along with what been going on in my life. I have come up with a possible 2 different channel names. Not saying that I'm going to make 2 different channels, but 2 different channel names that I might do. So when I started YouTube back in late 2006, early 2007, somewhere around in that time. At the time, internet you call it? What do you call it? When you don't want nobody to know who you are.
Anonymity.
Yeah, that word. Anonymity. Internet anonymity. It was a big thing. What's up? Oh, Tactical Nugs, TN. Okay. It was a big thing, right? You even had PewDiePie, right? PewDiePie, nobody knew his name for a while. Jacksepticeye, nobody knew his name for a while. And Poison Stinger. Yeah, I'm putting myself in there, right? But I mean, when I made the channel, that was what it was kind of, well, the big fur ball of cat hair that just flew in front of the camera. But that was kind of the thing. Nowadays, it's not really. Nowadays, you look at these bigger channels, and the channel is basically what the channel is about. And then the person that's running the channel allows people to know their name. Right? We have, who does freaking reviews?
James White.
James White. Hello, everybody. It's James White with freaking reviews. Hey, everybody. It's Matt from Demolition Ranch. Hey, everybody. It's
Sean.
It's whoever. Yeah, well, Jacksepticeye doesn't go as Sean all the time, but everybody knows his name. Anyway, I'm just saying the new YouTube channel thing, nobody has internet privacy. If you think you do, you're wrong. And Riddle Girl can find any of you online. You're lagging bad right now, Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, if you type something in the chat and then you see it come up, it's usually about how much the lag is. I think. But I always thought that comments were pretty quick, so I don't know. So I've been thinking about that. I got a new name, a couple new names for a new channel. Obviously, I've been thinking about different formats of things to do. I still like the live stream. I want to keep that in part of it. But I am thinking that maybe it'll be more of a, can I say prepping video? I don't know if I want to be prep. I am not the person to learn prepping from. I'll be upfront and honest about it. And unfortunately, there's a lot of other prepping channels out there that aren't. That they watch other YouTube videos, find out how to do something, and then make a video about it, not knowing a damn thing other than what they already saw in the video, and putting it out there on the internet. Like they know what they're talking about. Shit, I've fucking done that. When one of the first big videos that I ever did on YouTube was the Rubik's Cube tutorials. And that happened because I watched, well, I'd gotten a Rubik's Cube, I don't know, as a joke gift. It wasn't even a real Rubik's Cube. It was like a dollar store Rubik's Cube, right, Riddle?
Yep.
Thing stunk. Stunk like really bad plastic. I don't know what it, like burning plastic. It stunk like that. But, it was $1. And I wanted to learn how to, it's 20 whatever. Yeah, it would have been 20 whatever. Probably 06, 07, somewhere around in that area. Well, actually a little bit later than that. I think it was 08 or 09 when I did that. But so I decided I was going to go on YouTube and learn how to solve it. And there was a lot of YouTube videos out there, and some of them had millions of views. I'm like, holy crap. This tutorial sucks. Because I got to that step and I can't understand what you're doing, or you didn't have your hands in the right situation or whatever like that, right? So I eventually figured out how to solve one myself, and then learn from everything I learned from multiple videos. I decided to redo it, my way. I made my own video series on how to do it, and it took off. It didn't take off right away. Here I have these videos with no views on them. Meanwhile, there's already a ton of content on how to solve a Rubik's cube, and where's mine going to stack and all that? Well, mine didn't stack too bad. I got about 400,000 views per video on that, and I did an eight-part series or 9-part series, I think. And every Christmas it would take off. Yeah, I would usually get $200 for at least late August for 3 or 4 months until January. I'd be getting a check every month for at least $200 just from those videos of the Rubik's Cube videos. But that was just me recycling something else I already learned. I'm YouTube educated. Seriously, I've gone to college for business management. I know more from watching YouTube than I ever did from business management, right? Shit, I learned how to work on my own firearms on YouTube. And there's that whole channel name too, is YouTube educated, or maybe the University of YouTube. I don't know. What's up, Lance Corporal Veteran? How you doing? Hello, P Stinger, Riddle Girl, and everyone. Looking kind of thin there, Stinger. Thank you, Armed Archangel. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I have lost a few pounds since probably the last time you saw me, although I think that was Armed Archangel and Anonymous American, always, because you're both double A's, and I do associate in my head with letters, so you always confuse me. But what's up, Armed Archangel? How you doing? So it's not really a catch-up. However, it kind of is, because I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what's been going on. I had a doctor's appointment today. That was no fun, but it is what it is. Nothing bad. Just to check up, make sure the ticker's still going. I got to go in for a right heart catheterization next year, which really blows. If you guys don't know what a right heart cath is, it's basically they put a hole in your carotid, in your wrist, and or in your groin leg area, and run cameras and sensors to the right side of my heart through a tube, all while I'm awake. They give you medication to make you not give a shit. It's not good. It's not like I get high from it. It's not a get high thing. It's just kind of like, really fucking sleepy, or if you had a lot of alcohol, but without the fun of alcohol. And you can feel them jamming things through your arteries like this. And for the next week, maybe 2, I'm going to be just freaking out of it. And I hate it. I hate it. Right heart caths are the worst. But that'll be next year. Looking good. No homo. You're fine, Armed. Maybe a little homo. It's fine. Just kidding. Broken Patriot. Have you had a right heart or a heart cath? I know you've been in for a lot of heart conditions, but yeah, I got to get one of those. I'm supposed to get one a year, but I'm doing really good on the pulmonary hypertension. I'm in it. Well, I lost a lot of weight. I quit smoking. I'm getting healthy, so that's good to know. Everything's going well with that. All right, I do have a few stories I want to talk about. Now, yeah, you have. I'm definitely not wanting to do it every day. But there are certain times that there are things that happen. In fact, this one that should have been the top story, we'll definitely talk about. I believe I can turn off the broadcast on YouTube whenever I want. I have tried it once on the gaming side of the channel, on the other channel that I have that's gaming, and it seemed like it worked. I need to go back and double check on that, but I think what I might do, it definitely won't be every day of the week, but a couple times a week we'll do something like this. And if we have a story about something that YouTube doesn't like, we'll just shut off the feed for YouTube, and anybody that wants to watch the rest of it can watch it on DLive or whatever other platform that I'm streaming it to at that time. Now, if you guys would like to see me over on, is it Rumble? Yeah, Rumble does offer a streaming service. Unfortunately, you have to pay for it. I believe the lowest one they have is $25, and that might have been a Black Friday sale. So I don't even know if that's all the time, but it's like $25 a month. And then in order to stream it with other platforms using Restream, which I use Restream to stream to other platforms, I would have to pay for the Restream that I use for doing this. And then I could add Rumble. But right now, Rumble is not on the Restream website, so you have to add it manually. And in order to add it manually, you have to pay for it. Anyway, it's a big whole hell of a thing. But any money that does come to this channel, and I'm not asking, but if you do decide you want to donate, links are down below if you want to do that. If you decide to donate, 50% does go to Rally Point Irish. Just know the other 50% will be going towards maybe looking into getting a paid version of Restream and maybe a paid version of Rumble, and maybe we'll do something there. If not, that's fine too, because I just kind of want to do these when I want to do them. And tonight I wanted to do one. I missed y'all. So, yes, Lance Corporal Veteran, Armed Archangel. All right, so I'm probably the last one to know about it. But yes, there was a school shooting today. Oxford High School. 3 killed, 8 hurt, 15-year-old in custody, officials say. You know what? Before I even read this, and I don't know anything about this other than this headline, and I saw a video today by Mule Team right over here. There was another school shooting not too long ago where a kid walked into a classroom with a pistol and shot 5 people. I think it was 5 people, 4 or 5 people. Didn't kill any of them, which, you know, he was probably grabbing his pants because they were falling down by his ankles, and he was holding his gun sideways. So thank God for gangster shooting, because he was not accurate at all. But that story went away. Absolutely went away. We'll see about this one. Anyway. 3 students have been killed, 8 other people are injured, and a suspected shooter is in custody after a shooting in Oxford High School on Tuesday. Authorities say 3 killed, 8 hurt, shooter in custody. Here's everything we know about Oxford High School shooting. Shooting happened at 2:51 p.m. on Tuesday, today, in the section of the school where many history classes were being taken place. Local 4 learned. I have no idea what that means. Oh, the TV station. Police say they responded to the active gun shooting situation with multiple patrol and EMS units, along with SWAT and aviation units. 15-year-old sophomore student was taken into custody within 5 minutes. Police also recovered a handgun, found multiple spent shell casings. 16-year-old boy, 14-year-old girl, and a 17-year-old girl were killed, he said. In addition, 8 others were shot during the incident, 1 teacher and 7 students. According to officials, they were taken to McLaren Leaper? McLaren, oh, that's a lot of mix and McLaurin Leaper, McLaurin, Oklahoma. Or sorry, not Oklahoma, Oakland. And
McLaren, Oakland,
in St. Joe's, yeah. 6 of the 8 victims are currently stable with various gunshot wounds. 2 other victims are currently in surgery and their conditions are unknown. It's funny too, you know. Broken Patriot has been to my house. You've been to my house. You've been to my house. With this setup. With Restream. With Discord. And when you were here, I was trying to show it to you so that it would help you out. Unfortunately, you wanted to talk to me about all the new fans you put on your computer and didn't care about what I used. Didn't think you cared. Let's see. Message from Oxford Community School this afternoon. The active shooter. Students are no longer in danger. 2:45 update. Bus transportation will be delayed. I don't care. Okay. So, he killed 3 people. Is he white? Do they have at least a name? I guess they wouldn't release that right away because he's a minor. Is that correct? According to authorities, if he comes out as African American or another, like, can't deny minority, this story will go away quick, just like the other one did. Yeah, You've been to mine, but mine doesn't look the same now. Yeah, I know. You have I been to that one since you moved? I don't even know. Yeah, but every time we get together, dude, I'm trying to help you out, man. Like, hey, I know a couple things. I've been doing this for a minute. I've been never been to the top. Obviously, I most I've ever had was like 12,000 subs, but I got 12,000 subs. I know what it takes to make it on YouTube. It takes a lot of fake. You got to be really fake. I know that at the height of my channel, it wasn't much fun because of the fact that I didn't really get to talk to many people in the chat. Like right now when I'm chatting with, in fact, at the height of my channel, well, I wouldn't say at the height, but when it was really going, we were doing live streams over on my website. YouTube didn't do live streams. There was no live streaming. So we did that on my own website. And I'll tell you right now, that was probably the most fun I had doing that at the time as well. Because it's that instant activeness, talking back and forth to y'all. And absolutely love it. Fix the lagging. I'm glad you did, Gerald B. Didn't move, can't find a decent... Okay, I just wasn't aware. I know you'd been talking about it. All they said was the kid's not talking and his parents told him not to talk. Well, dumb ass took a gun and shot people in school. Not talking to the cops? That's the smartest thing he's done. Of course, that could be a minority group, because there are plenty of minority groups that know not to talk to the cops either. Police were called to Oxford. 15-year-old student allegedly opened fire, killing 3 students, injuring 6 others. A gun sick nation. Of course they're going to go after the guns. Oh, this is in Tennessee. Oakland County Undersheriff Mike McCabe spoke at a press conference when he revealed that no motive was known at the time. Police responds to calls of active shooter around 12:55. Suspect has been arrested. Yeah, they really don't know much about it, do they? Reveal that there was talk of trouble taking place at the school before the shooting. Ooh, so there was a little bit of forewarning. Reading revealed that her son stayed home from school today in anticipation of something bad happening. He was not in school today, she told the AP. He just said, "Ma, I don't feel comfortable. None of the other kids that we go to school with are going today." Tim Throne, who was the superintendent of the school, spoke to reporters and revealed that he was not aware of the names of the victims. He said he was shocked and devastated. According to Officer McCabe, the suspect would not reveal how he was able to take the gun into the school. Suspect was also unharmed before being taken into custody. So he just gave it up immediately. Interesting. I was pretty sure this wasn't in Tennessee. Yeah. Near Detroit. That's the one that Mule was talking about.
All right, how's it going there, whoever's going to listen? Now, I'm doing this for a reason, because today there was a...
All right, before we get back into Mule, I'm working on my second channel. I got a second strike on my main. Well, I'll tell you right now, Broken Patriot, you can listen to this advice, or you can just not. It doesn't matter. But stop talking about the news. You're never going to go anywhere. You're not Tim Pool. I'm not Tim Pool. It's not going to happen. They won't allow it to happen. It's not about how good you are. It's that they will not push your stuff. Especially now that you're getting strikes on your channel. And you got a second strike? At that point, I would have said it even after the first strike. You need to think about, what do you want out of YouTube? Where do you want to go? And how to get there. I'll tell you right now that I really do enjoy... Did you just put that on? Mm-hmm. No. I really do enjoy this. This is like one of the things that I look forward to. But I absolutely understand we'll never go anywhere. Every once in a while, we get a new person in here, and it's a miracle every damn time, especially when they stay. You know what I mean? And come back. Uh, but it will not get your channel anywhere on YouTube. Maybe if they ever came down with Section 230, or maybe this, maybe that, but they're not going to push your stuff, and they're only going to give you shit. So think about a different type of channel. And that's what I've been thinking about a lot this last week or so, is a different kind of channel. I still want to have these kind of chats where we talk about what's going on, but I have no delusions that this is going to go anywhere of this kind. This is for me. That's all it is. I could do a prepping channel right now. As I told you before, I'm YouTube educated, right? I saw a prepping video. I won't say which channel, but he's a known prepping channel. He doesn't have prepper in his name, but he's a known prepping channel, and he teaches you how to make a 5-gallon bucket into a shit collector, a toilet. Did you need that kind of video? I mean, I didn't. I've known that for years. And I even knew before he said it, and eventually they did get to that part, that if you wanted to get real fancy, you could pay an extra $10 on Amazon and get a toilet seat cover for it. But to make sure it was a different color so you didn't mix that bucket up with other ones. This is the content. That content, stupid easy to do. YouTube's not going to give you shit. And a lot of people aren't going to give you crap about it either, because they're like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I knew that, but maybe there was a few other people that didn't know that. Dude, every fucking person knows that. Oh, I don't know where I'm going to shit right now. If I only had a container to sit on that I could poop into. You know what I mean? So I could do that. Do a prepping channel. Just watch other prepping channels. Redo their shit. There ain't nothing original on YouTube anyway. You know what I mean? I want to start a vintage gaming channel. Yeah, I know. You've been talking about that. Hopefully you get it done. I mean, I don't see him giving you any shit on that, but if you start talking politics on it, they might. Thank you, Bunny Rabbit. I mean, Unicorn. She got that for Christmas from my daughter.
I love it, and it's warm.
And it's warm. As of June, they will be removing all ammo reloading videos. Really? Gerald, do you have like is that in the new TOS? I know they were targeting reloading channels. I know a lot of reloading channels, when that came down, were talking about it, which really sucks. Just here to say we are more screwed than most will ever understand. Thank you very much, Tactical Tony. What's up, Tactical Tone? Thank you for being here. Lots of city folks learned something on that vid. LOL. Probably the one with the poop bucket. Yeah. So going forward, I'm thinking I definitely want to do some stuff with the canning. I've already told you guys that I have videos in the can ready to be edited. And I thought about tonight, like, instead of talking about what's going on in the world, I could just edit some video in front of you guys. It would be kind of cool. Think about it. A lot of people would do something like that and put it on Patreon, right? Oh, we're doing a live stream for all the Patreon members. You can watch me edit the newest video that the normal subscribers on YouTube don't get to watch for just $1 a month. And you can come over and hang with us as I do this video, and you'll know all about it. And you could ask questions about me putting all these recipes together, or whichever one we're talking about, you know, and we could just hang and while I'm editing. I don't like Patreon very much. I do have an account. I think I set it up to get donations. I have not asked. I have not put it in the links. I don't like Patreon. I believe that YouTube was a great place because everything was free. And when you started putting money into it, it ruined the whole experience. The whole experience is meeting people and expressing new ideas and learning new shit. Right? OnlyFans? Maybe. But for me, if I wanted to do something like that, I could do it over on Discord for free. Hey, everybody, after we're done here tonight, I'm going to go over on Discord and I'm going to edit some video. And if you're interested, come watch me edit video and talk to me and just hang out. Why can't you do that instead of going to Patreon? I'll tell you why. Can't make any money over on Discord. No money on Discord. I thought about OnlyFans. Talk about the news while I'm stripping. There was an actual thing like that. Naked news? Something like that. Anyway.
School shooting in Michigan, 30 miles outside of Detroit, from what I understand. Three people are dead, 6 people are wounded. Horrible fucking tragedy, right? It's all over the goddamn news, right? Now, here's my thing. The last school shooting, 4 people shot, I believe. 3 people severely injured, right? It happened in Texas, Austin, Texas. Now, we don't know the color of the person or the whatever of the person who did the shooting up in Michigan today, right? So I'm going to put this out there. Well, I know once we found out the color of the person that shot up a school in Austin, right? It turned out it was a black child, 17-year-old. Actually, turns out it was a 17-year-old drug dealer, right? Who shot up got in a fight with somebody whatever. I don't even know the whole fucking story still hasn't come out. But it turns out the kid wasn't bullied. He brought a gun to school. He shot up a school. He injured teachers. He injured another student. He just didn't kill anybody, right? So today's story, there's actually a body count on it. So I want to see what's going to happen when they find out who this person that did the shooting is, right? Because they did just like this kid did. Gave up to the cops when the cops showed up, right? The one in Austin, right? He gave up to the cops, ended up out on $75,000 bail, right? In Texas. Still out, waiting court date, pending, blah, 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 yada, 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 right? And that story disappeared kind of like Waukesha is disappearing very, very quickly when the narrative doesn't fit when the story doesn't fit the narrative, right? So, a black militant mowed down a white Christmas parade is the way the story should go in Waukesha. It's not going that way, right? It's the SUV did it, the car did it, mental issues, all kinds of...
We even had somebody on the news talking about how nobody needs an SUV. How there should be rules to own a vehicle that large that could do that much damage. I'm like, how long have we been talking about, well, they're never going to talk about car control. They're talking about car control.
Shit, even though the dude's whole social media profile shows he was an anti-white person who watched Joy Reid all the time, right? So let's see what happens with this next school shooting. Because if it's a white kid, it's going to be over the fucking news for the next year, right? If it's somebody of color, it's going to disappear within the week. Mark my words.
Oh, you a soothsayer on that one, Mule. And I've already liked it, so. All right. Rittenhouse no longer enrolled at ASU. Holy shit. Our campus is as already unsafe as is. And we would like to abate this danger as much as possible. I would imagine because Arizona is a constitutional carry state, and there are businesses that can make it so that you can't have a gun in their business, or at least they can charge you with trespassing if they find you in there, ask you to leave, and you don't. I don't know what it's like at the college. I would imagine you can't have a gun at the college. I'm driving 80,000 death machine. I know, right? You could go through a lot. Badman is like Batman, but naughty. I know all about Badman. Absolutely find it hilarious. It's a little bit so for those who don't know, when I do the gaming stuff, Sometimes I'll do it in a Batman filter. It's like Snapchat, but puts me in a Batman outfit, and I just fucking love doing it. I play it off as Batman's not really in his prime anymore, but he's still a womanizer, and he thinks he's the shit. It's almost like Batman and Trump in a way. I will do Trump isms once in a while on that. In fact, if that wasn't already used, Badman, I would probably use it myself, but it's already used, so I have to come up with something different. I've been thinking about it though. It's my favorite Buckethead song, Soothsayer. Oh my god, I haven't heard of I haven't heard Buckethead in years. In years. Is Harley Quinn and Stinger as Batman on OnlyFans? There you go. I could take out the entire parade without stopping. Wouldn't even feel it. Well, yeah, I don't doubt it. Don't give anybody any ideas though. All right, Rittenhouse is no longer enrolled at ASU online program after a coalition of leftist students groups demanded that the university officials kicked him out, according to Campus Reform. I have another story on this that says he wasn't kicked out. The spokesperson for the university confirmed that the 18-year-old, who was recently acquitted after he shot 2 rioters, is not currently enrolled in any classes at ASU. Rittenhouse told Fox News' Tucker Carlson last week that he was enrolled in ASU and hoped to attend an in-person class at some point. Well, I mean, he's a known liar. He's lied a lot of times, so who knows? ASU has also confirmed to 12 News earlier this month that while Rittenhouse had not gone through the university's admission process, he was enrolled as a non-degree seeking ASU online student for the session that started October 13, 2021. Which allows students access to begin taking classes as they prepare to seek admission into a degree program at the university. This week, however, 4 leftist student groups at the ASU campus sent a letter to the administration demanding that Rittenhouse, whom they referred to as a bloodthirsty murderer, be expelled. They also demanded that school officials release a statement condemning Rittenhouse and white supremacy, because we all know how racist he is. Reaffirm support for the Multicultural Center and redirect funding from ASU's police department to the Multicultural Center. They want to defund the campus police. The goal of these demands is to let ASU administration know that we, as the ASU community, do not feel safe knowing that a mass shooter who has expressed violent intentions about protecting property over people is so carelessly allowed to be admitted to the school at all. A spokesperson for ASU, Students for Socialism, told Fox, "Our campus is already unsafe as is, and we would like to abate this danger as much as possible." The student groups that were a part of the effort include Mecca de ASU, Arizona State University Students for Socialism, and Students for Justice in Palestine, and Multicultural Solidarity Coalition. Those all sound like super woke groups. So, as I said, ASU didn't kick him. ASU has made a statement regarding Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse has plans to carry on studying at the university. However, the institution has since confirmed he is no longer enrolled. The university also confirmed that Rittenhouse didn't complete the online degree course, which he had previously registered for. Rittenhouse told News Nation that he had taken compassionate withdrawal from 2 classes, but that he was looking to re-enroll and finish them. Jay Thorne, a spokesperson for ASU, told the Arizona Republic how records show the 18-year-old is not currently enrolled. However, Thorne clarified that Rittenhouse no longer being a student at the university was not a result of any action taken against him by the institution itself. Furthermore, if Rittenhouse does reapply, there are currently no legal provisions set in place at the university to turn excuse me. Students for Socialism sounds like a terrorist group. Yeah. News is so dishonest at this point. I'm actually taken back. Not even Saddam tried to lie as hard as our media. He just blocked it. We are past the tipping point. Yeah. Oh my goodness. You ever have a piece of spit go the wrong way? Media is complicit. Sad point. Most of the obvious lies are now believed. Well, if you say a lie long enough, people will believe it. It's very easy to fool somebody. It's very difficult to prove or, convince them that they've been fooled. All these people wearing their face mask, just like Fauci has said, works. Does anybody know today's Fauci's opinion on that? His opinion is fluid in some circumstances. So, but yeah, a lot of people will believe the lie. You just have to say it enough. Oh, some Dr. Fauci. Well, I mean, he's the head of the organization that does this stuff. They don't even know. I don't know. He runs the CDC or something. Obviously, he's in good. He was there with Trump. He's there with Biden. He's been in there since the AIDS pandemic. I mean, he's fine. He knows exactly what he's doing. What's he saying today? Oh, that's what we should do. Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, exactly. Anonymous American. Rittenhouse was so far from white supremacist. If you say a lie long enough, dumb, ignorant, lazy people believe it. Those too stupid to read articles, which is 50% of the U.S., at least 50%. I say there's people on our side that do it too, just as much. Just as much. Okay, maybe not just as much, but there is that group, right? They buy the official story. Actually, I would say just as much. They're usually lifetime members, the NRA. The ones that don't skirt the rules. I don't have a pistol brace on my pistol AR-15 because that's too close to skirting the law, and I'm a law-abiding gun owner. I follow all the laws. I never even bought one of them bump stocks. Thought it was a waste of time. You don't need no bump stock to go hunting. And that's exactly what the Second Amendment was for. You don't even need an AR-15. All you need is a bolt-action 30-30. Or 30-06. Or whatever your round is that you fucking love so damn much. Yeah, I know they did. Back in the AIDS pandemic, they were talking how Fauci needed to go. They've been calling for his resignation for decades. And I don't think he's ever going to get it. Maybe. I don't know. Hopefully Rand Paul will do something. If Rittenhouse does reapply, there are currently no legal provisions set in place at the university to turn away or remove a pupil if they are accused or even convicted of a criminal activity, as the institution does not ask prospective students for their criminal history, according to Thorne. Rittenhouse previously expressed plans to return to the institution during multiple interviews following his acquittal. All of them he wants to go to on campus, and oh man, I hope he does. I have a feeling he won't. I have a feeling that he's got so many offers on the table, one of them's going to sound interesting to him, and he's going to take it. This dude can make some money off of his name now and his celebrity now, and if I was him, I would encourage him to do it. Or if I was close to him, I would encourage him to do it. He also told Fox News how, despite signing up for online class, he did intend on going on campus. It's true. The protest, originally focused on getting Rittenhouse unenrolled, has since directed its attention to preventing Rittenhouse from ever being able to reapply. If you've been affected by any of these issues in the article, this is not a news article from me. This was from the Discord, I believe. Unilad. I believe Riddle did that one. So it's not necessarily left or right. But if you have some problems with this story, you can go and tell them at stophateuk.org. Oh, it's a UK site. All right.
I like UK sites. They tell the truth.
What's up, Guns Coast to Coast? Is that fact checked? I don't know. I just read two articles, both saying not two different things, but one not mentioning the fact that he just wasn't enrolled in ASU at the time. And the other one leaving that out entirely. Are you going dark? Is Tone? Oh, you going dark. What up, Tone? You're done talking to everyone. Seriously? Man, I look forward to talking to people. It's just we're what do you call it? The human species is a social species. You're supposed to talk to people. I know there are people that like to be a hermit and stuff, but even those people need some sort of interaction here and there. Now some group calls him savior. Too stupid to learn the past, repeating the same mistakes. Yep. I haven't watched news propaganda in 2 weeks. Been good. I didn't watch much last week and it was fine, but then I did the Green Dragon and I was like, wow, I missed a lot. And then I heard about this shooting today and I was like, you know what? Let's just do a very relaxed kind of hangout. We'll talk about the news a little bit here and there. CNN's official answer to my Fauci's question. All right. I'll bite. Is this? Oh, CNN. Okay, so this should be fine.
Yeah.
Trump claimed that Dr. Fauci, the director of the NIAID, made a mistake by advising people to do something. I get along with, yep. You know what? I'm going to just leave this to you guys. I already know what he says, and I'm just not going to go down that landmine. A Democratic senator threatens revolution if Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade. These are very big words. I definitely wanted to talk about this. This chat is very tactical. Tactical chats. Ooh, tactical chats. We'll do every chat and attack in my my gear. Like 2005-ish. Yeah. Juan go black must not go black. I'm joining the Fandango Rangers. Is that a thing, or are you just being funny? Picking up that backside intel. Nice. I could go dark and not many people would notice. I'd notice. In fact, Gerald B is one of the reasons why I was like, man, I got to get back on there. I saw you on one of Broken Patriots chats. I was like, oh, Gerald B, you cheater. I have an ex who went dark. Ooh. Yeah. That's hilarious, Guns. Roe v. Wade court case built on SEPF, which I don't know what the abbreviation for is, but admitted lie. Self-admitted lie. Built on a self-admitted lie. I'm still trying to figure out what constitutional amendment allows for you to kill something else. I mean, there's not even a hunting clause in the Constitution. It says you can have arms, doesn't say why. It doesn't say it's for hunting. There's a lot of us that would assume that it might be. There's a lot of us that assume that it's in there, but it's not the only reason. And then there's a lot of us that assume, hell no, that's not the reason it went. It's just a byproduct. I'm up here in the sticks of Central Maine now. Hard work. Sorry. Now how hard would it be? LOL. Stop YouTube. Thought we're talking about sexual preferences. No. It's all good. Roe v. Wade was based on a lie that was later admitted. Yeah, it stands. Well, educate me a little bit there, Anonymous. Can you tell me? Can anybody? This is an honest question. I don't know this. Can anybody tell me what constitutional amendment that they cited back then in order to say this was a constitutional right for women's health? I know it's bullshit. Democratic senator threatened this week that there would be a revolution if the Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade. Senator Jenny, how would you say that? Janine, I'm going to say Janine Shasheen, said during a virtual event that the Supreme Court justice ought to listen to the young people who want abortion access to be expanded. I hope the Supreme Court is listening to the people of the United States, because if you want to see a revolution, Go ahead, outlaw Roe v. Wade, and see what the response is of the public, particularly the young people. Well, I'll tell you right now what the young people would think. The hell's on my phone? I can't figure out how to turn my goddamn phone on. That's what they think. Because I think that would not be acceptable to young women or young men. I'm guessing this is her. Her comments come as the Supreme Court prepares to hear oral arguments for an abortion case, Dobbs versus Jackson, women's health organization, that pro-life conservatives hope that will result in the overturning of prior abortion precedent outlined in Roe v. Wade. I've lived the consequences of the pre-Roe era, Shasheen said. I have friends in college who were forced to seek dangerous back alley abortions because women across the country were denied access to critical family planning services. Family planning. Isn't it like the devil to take something good and turn it into something evil? When you think family planning as a normal person, oh yeah, Bob and Kelly over there doing some family planning. Oh, well, they're going to talk about when to do it. Maybe she's on an ovulation timer on her phone. Maybe there's an app that tells her when she's ovulating. And he's like, I've been waiting for a week. I'm ready to go. Okay, we got a 3-hour window. That to me seems like family planning services. Not deleting people from your family. No matter what you think, when life starts, or if it's a group of cells or a clump of cells or whatever, the fact remains, if you do not do anything to it, it will be a living person. But, okay. Several other Democratic politicians have threatened negative consequences, including court packing if the Supreme Court rules against Roe v. Wade. Shipping away Roe v. Wade will precipitate a systematic movement to reform the Supreme Court. It may not be expanding the Supreme Court. It may be making changes to its jurisdictions or requiring a certain number of votes to strike down certain past precedents. It will inevitably fuel and drive an effort to expand the Supreme Court if this activist majority betrays fundamental constitutional principles, he continued. It's already driving that movement. Yeah, I know about that. I know Planned Parenthood was started by a person who wanted a certain type of people to be less on the planet and decided to put a whole bunch of those centers right where they wanted them to go because they were in neighborhoods where this certain type of person would normally live. Necessary to the security of a free state. Oh, there you go. Anonymous, thank you. Amendment, Yep. Planned Parenthood was started by, I never can say that word. I just don't know how to say it. Eugenicist who hated, yeah. She was avid anti and openly stated Planned Parenthood was to eradicate. Yep. That I do know. Apparently, we need the people from the left uses because they're good. They are good. Well, they don't care. And I've been saying this for a while. We're always going to be on the losing side because we care about playing by the rules. We don't want to tell lies. We don't want to do underhanded shit. I want to be open and honest and tell you how it is. As a people, I think most conservatives, I assume, want to be good, honest people. They don't want to break the laws. Some will because they think those laws are unjust. And there are plenty of documents out there that from our founding fathers that say if there's an unjust law, don't follow it. So a lot of people don't follow laws that they find are unjust. Because really the only law this country or any country really needs is don't do something to somebody without you thinking it's going to come back to you. It's the golden rule. Don't do unto others as you want to have done unto you. If you're going to steal from somebody, that's obviously something you wouldn't want somebody to steal from you. So therefore, that's against the law. You're not going to kill somebody. You're not going to cheat them out of their money. You're not going to fuck somebody else's wife. Things like that. PR firm. Damn autocorrect. Apparently we need the people from the left because they're good. PR firm. Yep. Oh, Tactical Tony giving me a link from the War of Info. I see him and I buckle from in for a fun ride. I know, right? Oh, Tony wanting just to rip the Band-Aid off. All right, I'll give it a go here in a second. No, don't want that. All right. Roe v. Wade had shaped into the most catastrophic U.S. court decision in all time. 60 million innocent children lives. Yeah, I know. All because of bad law, which was completely based in lies. Here are six lies. Jane Roe had been raped. Truth, she wasn't raped. She never had an abortion. Lie 2, 60% of Americans want legalized abortion. Truth, abortion advocates told the media they had public opinion on their side. They didn't. Okay. Lie 3, I have no idea what that number is. 1 million illegal abortions had taken place in the U.S. The number of illegal abortions were a mere fraction of that. 10,000 women died annually from illegal abortion. Truth, actual numbers around 300, even less than the year before. Legal abortion would lead to safe abortion. Truth, women are still injured. You know, here's the thing. Well, as I was saying, we're never going to win because they don't care about cheating. To the other side, to the not us side, the ends justify the means. They don't have a problem with going against their moral stuff. That's why we don't infiltrate Antifa, but Antifa infiltrates us. Because we would never do something like that. Shit, I ain't going to dress up like that and pretend I'm Antifa. For what purpose? We don't even think like they do. And until people on our side are ready to be like, you know what, fuck them. We tried to be nice, and now it's time to get dirty. Until that happens, they will always have the upper hand, in my opinion. Legal abortion would lead to safe. It's led to more. I know that. They kept saying how it should be legal, but very rare and rarely used. Only, if the mother is hurt or baby's going to be, like, seriously deformed or some shit. What was it, like 1,000 a year of abortions where the mother would die if the baby was carried to term? Yet, how many abortions do we have every year? Crazy. Lie 6, the embryo, fetus, preborn are not human beings. Biologically and technically both show that us preborn can be nothing other than human. Yeah. All right, cool. And we did that one. Appeals court weighs Trump's arguments to withhold records. Oh, yeah, we got a couple Trump stories. So Trump is trying to withhold records? Congress is not parliament, a legislative body with supreme and unchecked constitutional power over operations of government. Former President Trump's lawyers tried to persuade a federal appeals court to stop Congress from receiving call logs, drafts of speeches, and other documents related to the 6th. Man, that thing's still going on. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit heard arguments Tuesday from lawyers for Trump and the House committee seeking the records as part of its investigation into roughly a 4-hour breach which resulted in homicide of Trump supporter Ashley Babbitt. Justified homicide, I should add. Because the guy, he'd do it again. He was just there to protect you. Trump's attorney wanted the court to reverse a federal judge ruling allowing the National Archives and Records Administration to turn over the records after President Biden waived executive privilege. A panel of judges on Tuesday questioned whether they had the authority to grant the former President Trump's appeal to stop the White House from allowing the release of the documents. But the judges also noted that there may be times when a former president would be justified in trying to stop the incumbent from disclosing records. National Archives has said that the records Trump wants to block include presidential diaries, visitor logs, speech drafts, handwritten notes concerning the events of January 6th from the files of former Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and a draft executive order on the topic of election integrity. Got to be careful with these. Compared to the U.S. District Judge Tanya Totkin, whose ruling Trump is contesting, the 3 judges on the appeals court spent relatively little time weighing the importance of the documents themselves. They instead focused on the most of the hearing on Tuesday on what role federal courts should have when an incumbent president and former president are at odds or over records from the former's administration. Okay, what did they do? Trump lawyers suggested a situation where a current president negotiating with a foreign leader needed to know what a promise a former president had made. The incumbent might seek to release a transcript of a phone call or other records from previous administration for national security reason. Yeah, because if that was the case, couldn't Trump have just released everything that Obama ever did, maybe even his birth certificate? I don't know. I mean, did Trump ever talk about how he was going to go, if he ever won the presidency, how he could find that out? I don't think he ever did that I know of. To be clear, your position as former president could come in and file a lawsuit, Millett said. Trump lawyer Justin Clark responded, that's our position. Yeah, we're not going to make that easy. Leto, she's not referring president. It would be astonishing for this court to override the current president and Congress, the letter said. So it's not looking good for Trump. Given the stakes of the case, either side is likely to appeal the Supreme Court. In explaining why Biden has not shielded Trump's records, White House counsel Dana Remus has written that they could shed light on events within the White House on about January 6th and bear on the Select Committee's need to understand the facts underlying the most serious attack on the operations of the federal government since the Civil War. Yeah. You guys' thoughts on that? I don't think Trump's going to win it. I don't think it's good. I mean, that's just going to cause the next president to look into Biden more. Well, how did you get the FBI to look the other way with your son? Huh? Can't we just dig up all the dirt on the previous president anytime we want and just kind of like send them all to jail? New one comes in, old one goes to jail. New one comes in. I'd be all right with it, to be honest. I mean, they're all fucking crooks. Hell, the people in the country's jail get to vote up here, and even people in prison get to vote. Wow. Yeah, I'm not for that. Obviously, you're going to vote for people that are saying, hey, I'll get you out early. Trump has tried to block many things that he has said or wrote to protect himself. He is very transparent unless it's in his personal info or life. Trump, don't ever get it wrong. Trump's biggest responsibility is to himself. He treads a thin line in his personal life. Yep. Artificial sweeteners are safe. There was no shot from the grassy knoll, and Anna Nicole married for love. We lost the tech to go to the moon. We lost the tech to go to the moon? Yeah. It's kind of funny how we did that, which looks like aluminum foil, gold colored, so futuristic. But looked like an aluminum foil going through those radiation bands. I ain't questioning if we went to the moon or not, but I do find it funny that we haven't gone back with all this new technology that we have, that it should be really easy. I mean, compared to how we went to the moon all those times back, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, well, I guess we didn't go to the moon in the 90s. But granted, we went to the moon how many times? Back then, it should be super simple now. Super simple. Like barely an inconvenience. Funny part is if they think they're going to hang Trump, all the people that hate Hillary will change their mind. Oh, they think that? Yeah, the funny part is they think if they hang Trump. It's a trick Trump wants it released. It's 4D chess. Hey, you know what? There are probably people still claiming that Trump will be in office by a certain date, that Joe Biden, is going to be relieved. I'm not saying that, by the way, YouTube. I'm just saying there are other people out there that are probably saying that. So do not give me a strike. Fuck you. That will make me stop Hillary Clinton. You need to give her a third name. What's her middle name? Doesn't
Her
even.
middle name's Diane, but I want to make it Karen, so it
Okay.
can be KKK.
Yeah. Trump says Republicans are begging him to be his running mate. He said this week that several other potential Republican contenders for the 2024 nomination are begging to be his running mate if he decides to run again. They all coming here to Mar-a-Lago. You know who he should pick? Kyle Rittenhouse. If he picked Kyle Rittenhouse to be his running mate, I don't know. I don't know. There'd be some new fire under that. When I worked with fucking guns coast to coast. When I worked with NASA, all the brains went to ESA or India. So yes, the tech now know how is gone. So they don't know how to do it anymore. Oh shit.
So interesting. You know, we had landline phones back then. How were they communicating?
How was who communicating?
With the moon. NASA. How were they communicating with the moon and the moon rover and everything if we only had landline phones?
You know, we had an invention called the radio.
But it went that far? Really?
Yeah. Is there anything in space to stop it? What stops radio waves? Objects. You know what happened to Apollo 13 when they went to the dark side of the moon? They lost all contact with NASA. You want to know why they lost all contact with NASA? Because there was something blocking the signal. Yeah. It's kind of big in the way. Got to be over 35 to be president. Yeah, but is that for vice? I mean, that would definitely make a constitutional, at least put him in the cabinet. Rodham Clinton. That's her last name. Yeah, that's her old name. Kid's not old enough. Well, not old to be no president, but I hope he does something with it. I want to see him more often. Let's see. Trump has not formally announced he can't. It's widely expected he will sometime after 2022. As a result, talk of who he might choose as his vice is already heating up. If he wanted to do good for anybody but himself, he would, he could do it. But I think he's more about himself. They'll have to denounce what happened in 2020. Former Trump campaign staffer Michael Caputo explained if they don't, they're disqualified. Wait a minute. Several advisors and associates close to Trump told Politico he will choose his running mate based on two factors: unconditional loyalty. Oh, that's how many we had. Why we had so many leaks, and support for his claim of what happened in last year's events. Yeah, I'm definitely not touching that. They'll have to denounce what happened to them. If they don't, they're disqualified. So they're gonna have to put their hand up and like, yep, I believe something stupid went down. Well, there goes YouTube, there goes Facebook, there goes Twitter. You're gonna get kicked off all the platforms too. Hopefully, you don't have to do much campaigning. I mean, at that point, usually when you're at the vice president stage, you've already gotten the nomination though. So, 2024 campaign would not be like the 2016 when Trump chose former Vice President Mike Pence. Oh, okay. To secure the Midwest geographic region. He is the party, basically, so untied behind him. So united behind him, he said. So his choice, if he runs, will come down to who he wants. It'd be a much more personal decision this time. In June, Trump said he would certainly consider Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Nice. However, Trump sees DeSantis as a competitor. He's not going to have someone with better poll numbers, the source added. Other names that have been tossed around among the Trump camp are Senator Tim Scott and former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, both of whom have met with Trump at Mar-a-Lago recently. Ooh. Well, I'd prefer Tim Scott, I guess. I believe we met Tim Scott in Wisconsin, or Riddle did. Scott was appropriately differential without being gross like some people are. While one Republican who was in the room with the men said what he said was thoughtful and it was appreciated by the president. There was definitely chemistry there. All right. Put him in charge of the ATF. Fuck yes. Rittenhouse? Fuck yes. Head of security of the president. Put fucking Secret Service or some shit. Can you see Rittenhouse there in a nice fucking suit with the glasses and the earbud? Talking. Eagles on the move. I want Melania back. Yeah, how nice was it to have like the first, I don't know if it's the first, the only first lady I've ever known about that's been a supermodel. Just because she was the prettiest first lady in history. Yeah, exactly. It was nice. Like, who's your first lady? Because ours is fucking hot. Indiana educator banned from school grounds after he exposed the CRT. Ooh. He's been locked out of its online system without notice last week. Anthony Kinnett, an administrator with Indiana Public Schools, leaked a video earlier this year that showed an equity administrator teaching middle school students. Boy, you stop doing it for a week and it gets worse. Teaching middle school students about systematic racism and how it affects all levels of society. The environment, oh my, there's so much racism. Dealing with the environment, Dr. Patricia Payne told students during the January 15th Racial Justice Speaker Series lecture, according to the leaked video. Shortly after he posted the video, Kinnett said he was called into a meeting by Human Relations and told to work from home because he was given other educators at the school clinical anxiety. Suck it up, Buttercup. If you don't like it, you should be the one that working from home. I've been required to work from home for the last 2 weeks. The staff reported clinical anxiety over working with me. When I came to get my books from my office, phone calls were made to each team member so they'd be clear of the building. Wow. In HR meetings, I was informed that it was irrelevant that the information I released was public and stored on public servers. I have yet to release anything private. I'm currently banned from going to any IPS school, building, or hosting any professional developments. Then the day before Thanksgiving break, the school locked Kinnett out of his online system completely, he said. Wow. It's a good thing I downloaded all the other racist documents and videos from the public server weeks ago, he added. Oh, shit, he's got more. Kinnett said CRT has become pervasive in Indiana's public schools. So anybody who lives in Indiana, you should maybe check that out with what's going on in your schools. I'm a big proponent. If you've got a kid in the public school system and you don't think he's getting brainwashed, you have another thing coming. I don't care where it is. Even there's a school in Texas that has a sign in front that says all the teachers are armed. You come in here to do harm to any of our students, we'll take you down quick. You won't get far. Everybody's fucking armed here. And how cool that school is. It is still indoctrinating your children. Now, you might agree with the indoctrination that they're giving them, or you may not. And just because they're really cool in one area doesn't mean they're cool in all sorts of areas. And just because your kid didn't say, well, they were talking about critical race today, doesn't mean they weren't. There's a lot of ways to talk about things. There's a lot of ways to make people think of the way you want them to think with little questions here and there that aren't so obvious. It's my opinion that you should homeschool your kids. I understand that's not something that everybody can do, but if you can, they've made it super easy recently. I mean, it's all online, most of it. You can be there for as much or as little as you want. But if you value your kids' education and their indoctrination, I would be careful who indoctrinates your children. Teachers might not be handing out anti-racism books, but his influence is evident in his curricula anyway. This Ibram Kennedy. We don't have the quotes and theories as state standards per se. We do have critical race theory in how we teach. Yeah. Some of y'all haven't smashed the like button, it shows. Oh, okay. And that's all right. You know, people don't do that over on the Morty Muster either. There have been videos I've watched without hitting the thumbs up. I try to make that one of those first things that I do. Just so, especially on people that I go to all the time. If it's the first time on somebody's channel, I'll wait to see if it's good or not. But if I go, if I'm watching your channel, Guns Coast to Coast, I'm hitting the thumbs up before I watch your video. Just him. Make sure. Oh, all right. Thank you very much, Guns, for being here. I do appreciate it. I probably won't be on tomorrow. I will definitely be on Friday on the Green Dragon. If you don't know where the Green Dragon is, let me know, and I will send you, well, I'm sure Riddle can send you a link to the Green Dragon Tavern chats. That's where we do Fridays. So check us out over there. As far as tomorrow here, probably not. Maybe Thursday. But definitely Friday over on the Green Dragon. Green Dragon Tavern chats. Bigfoot is real. I don't doubt it. You know what he is? He's interdimensional. He can go to another dimension anytime he wants. That's why we've been able to not find him on satellite, because he's in a whole other dimension. We need to have another conspiracy theory night, Riddle.
Yes, we do.
We're going to set that up. We're going to set up a conspiracy theory night. I want everybody to come with their best made up conspiracy theory, not real ones. We'll have to do that. So apparently a video on YouTube about Sad Little Man Fauci has been demonetized by YouTube. Big shocker. I actually watched the video. I think it's hilarious. YouTube demonetized the song this week for claiming the song violated its terms of services. The song Sad Little Man alleges Fauci is lying about certain things and describes Fauci as dead in his soul. The verse says, sad little man sitting deep in a lie. He's dead in his soul, but he'll keep you alive. Do what he says, not what he do, because the truth is from him and the lie is for you. I love that fucking line. I love that line in that song. It's basically reading the song, so I'm not going to do that. YouTube then informed 5-time August, I guess that's who does this, whose personal name is, there you go. It's not that hard to get people's personal names. And this goes back to the thing I started this whole night off on. Thinking of a new channel name, got a couple ideas. Hello, my name is Russell. How's that? Right? Tony's said it in chat, I don't know how many times. I'm done like trying to be some sort of anonymity on the internet. You can find anybody. Give me somebody that nobody knows who they are, that's on the internet, that's on YouTube or any kind of platform like this. I can tell you right now, I can find out exactly who they are and where they live. It's not hard. It's not illegal. It's what anybody can do. We appreciate your patience. Our team confirmed that your video is ineligible for full monetization. Do it. Yeah. You got to love it. You know you're doing well on YouTube when instead of a community guideline strike, they don't fully monetize your video. These people are upset that their video isn't green. So if you didn't know, I don't know if you guys have monetized channels or not, but when you have a monetized channel, you have a dollar symbol on there, and it's blank usually, unless you say monetize this video, please, and it'll show green for a little bit, and then it'll either stay green or it'll change colors. So if you're bad with YouTube, if YouTube don't like you very much, it's automatically yellow. Automatic. It doesn't start off as green. It starts off as yellow. They have to have the bot sweep it for anything you said. There was a lot of videos back when I started doing this that were monetized, and they started green, and then the longer I did it, they started becoming yellow, and then some weren't even being able to be monetized at all. So anyway, there's green. There's yellow, which means you're not really getting any kind of money out of it anyway. And then there's nothing, which means you're not monetized. The yellow, you might as well not be. But I would imagine their channel would make more off of that yellow demonetization, not fully monetized, than I would. Skitmus, I guess it's Skitmus, said YouTube tried to take down his video once before, but eventually reinstated it. However, it's one of those. I have fought a YouTube strike only to have that same video receive that same strike. Copy and paste the exact same reason why it's still not against YouTube's terms of services, and still receive the strike, even though I'd already beaten it for that strike. I'm sorry, but if I get striked on a video for for medical misinformation, and then I appeal it, and you say, oh, after looking into it with a real human, we decided that no, your video did not violate our terms of services, and we have reinstated it, and we apologize for any inconvenience. At that point, you shouldn't be able to strike that video again for the same thing. You already had a human look at it. Why do I have to play this game of appeal, win appeal, and then strike, and then have to appeal again, only to lose it the second time? Just as the video was reaching peak traffic, I started receiving user comments about how difficult the video was to find and that it was not appearing in search results, he said. It wasn't until I called YouTube out publicly on Twitter. And that's another way you know that they're a big channel, because that's how you get a hold of YouTube if you're somebody of importance. Did the original upload magically appear back in our search results, but Google/YouTube never explained or gave reason to any of this, and who knows how many views and potential subscribers I lost due to this. Join the lawsuit. Let's watch it.
Sad little man sitting deep in a lie. He's dead in his soul, but he'll keep you alive. Do what he says, not what he do, 'cause the truth is for him and the lie is for you. Sad little man, but he's treated like a god, as the faithless pray to a fake and a fraud. Worship the man, pledge to his word. One shot, two shot, now you get a third. Sad little man, you better run now while you know you can. Sad little man, you don't fool me, you sad little man. Sad little man, gonna trap you like a dog, put your head in a net while they eat you raw. Don't ask why, just comply, 'cause fear is the drug that the doc prescribed. Sad little man, you can watch him on the news, preaching to his choir while they learn the rules. Some feel safe and some feel healed, but they'll all hold his hand as he makes the kill. Sad little man, you better run now while you know you can. Sad little man, you don't fool me, you sad little man. Sad little man, and he wants your kids. Some might live while the rest get sick, so put them to the test and listen for the yell. When the truth comes out, he's gonna burn in hell. Sad little man, you better run now while you know you can. Sad little man, you don't fool me, you sad little man. You can't fool me, you sad little man.
All right. So that was a short video. I'm actually going to go to their YouTube channel, though. Only 32,000 views. Almost 33,000. Oh, they only have 31,000 subscribers. Wow. Maybe I should have contacted YouTube on Twitter. Riddle, can you write that down and remind me to do that? I think I got my letter that I sent them before somewhere. I can tweet that out. All right. So yeah, I'm going to like that. And then that was that one. All right, cool. Stories that I have. I figure those are somewhat safe. I ain't monetized anymore, so... Well, shit, I don't even have that channel anymore. That channel's gone. And they have not gotten back to me with that either. That's why I think I need to go to Twitter. I mean, he only had 32,000.
Everybody else to start asking for your channel back too.
There you go. Does any of y'all have Twitter? I know High Desert Pioneer does. I know Tony, I don't know if Tony does. Irish does? Okay. Well, no, Irish can't do much on Twitter until he gives up his phone number, and he doesn't want to do that. So I don't know if he could tweet it out. Brenda just started looking for it. She liked it, said she was going to share it on Facebook. Good. That's a good. I like that song. I thought it was really great. So you know what? Let me give you the link. How about that? I'll give you the straight up link to the video, not the story. There you go. There you go. Make it easy for you. So. So, yeah. I gotta think about stuff. I am even if I got Poison Stinger back, I'd probably change the name to one of the names that I'm thinking of. I think, and I'm not trying to be YouTube famous, but I do want to give people help, advice, or help them some way. I do like hanging out with people and getting to know people. I've done videos in the past of how to do things that I've learned on YouTube, just like everybody else has done. And I don't mind doing that. I don't really necessarily want to be a prepping channel, but like lifestyle, right? Things that happen, maybe. I don't know. It depends on how much I want to record and how much I want to edit, because I'm a one-man band. I don't Riddle helps me out when I'm on live, you know, she'll help the chat out and all that stuff, but setting up OBS, learning it, that's all on me. You know, getting things to work, that's all on me. Luckily, she understands it a little bit now because I taught her some of it. You know, when I left on the trip to Indiana, I taught her how to do some of it, so she knows how, you know, basic stuff. But
Yeah, I could go live.
if I wanted, well, yeah, but if I wanted to give you a blank OBS screen and just say set up a stream,
It would take me a while.
it would take her a while. She could do it. She's super smart. I forget where I was going with that. Anyway. So I'm thinking, like, I definitely have the canning videos that I want to do. How much all else? You know, I've been thinking about it. Like, I have it somewhat, not horribly interesting, right? But I have certain things that are interesting to me that happen to me. Like today, I went to see my pulmonary hypertension specialist. That's an interesting topic. Like pulmonary hypertension. Did you know before coming to my channel, and you might not even know it now, but did you know before coming to my channel that what Viagra was used for before it was a boner pill? Because you probably all knew that Viagra was originally there to treat a heart condition. Nobody really knew what heart condition. They just, yeah, gives you a boner. Well, apparently it's pulmonary hypertension, or at least one of the things is pulmonary hypertension. I don't know, maybe there's other things. And we got into this conversation today about a female patient of hers. Don't know the name, obviously, patient confidentiality and all that. But how weird it was for her to back in the 90s, I guess, when it first came out, that she had to go in there. She's like 20 something, having to go in and get a prescription for Viagra. Not only having to get a prescription for it, but it's like 3 pills a day, which is a triple dose. Why is this woman need Viagra at a triple dose? Anyway, I mean, this kind of stuff like this is interesting to me. Well, it's up on her Facebook already, and she added it to her favorites. Nice. Good. I'm glad that brought her some entertainment. Hopefully you get a whole bunch of thumbs ups and responds like, oh my god, it's so cool. Where did you find this? I found it over on Stinger. Poison Stinger 2. Russell showed it to me on Stinger 2. I gotta change the names. All right, guys, unless you got something else you want to talk about, I think I'm going to head out. Obviously, all the links are down below. We're not doing the evening catch-up. I would consider this maybe once, maybe a couple times a week that I'll just jump on normal time. So just keep an eye out for that. If you're following me on my socials, you probably already know that. If you do have a Twitter or you're willing to do it and sign up for a Twitter account, if we can get like a campaign going to get my YouTube channel back, that would be awesome. Do I need it back? No. I don't need it back. Would I like it back? Yeah. I'd love to have it back. Would I use it now? And I've done this before. Like, my gaming channel used to be my vaping channel. And there was a lot of accusations thrown out that I was cheating the system because I had more views than subscribers or something at that point, or comments on my videos, and somebody was buying me views. It wasn't me. I wouldn't do that. I'm not. Why would I buy views on that channel and on this one? But anyway, somebody had accused me of that, and I've decided that if I do something new, maybe I should just start a new channel and start it from zero. I don't know. Now she's tagging people with it. Nice. So when I broke my ankle, I don't know, maybe this happened to you too, Gerald, but when I broke my ankle, the ambulance hadn't showed up yet. And oh yeah, your wife was already in the hospital. But the ambulance hadn't even shown up yet. And I was already all over Facebook. Lying in the ditch. Because that's where they left me. Well, that's where I fell. So they weren't really moving me. All right, guys. Well, I'm out of here for right now. I won't be on tomorrow, most likely, unless something big happens. But definitely check me out probably Thursday or Friday. Friday for sure. Thursday's a possibility. Follow all the social medias. And if you're willing to do the Twitter thing, let me know either in the chat or on Discord. I'm going to try to be on Discord more. I don't post on there enough. I just never know what to say, talk about. So, all right, guys. I'll see you